The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Chapter 11, verses 45 to 56. Many of the Jews who had come to visit Mary and had seen what Jesus did believed in him. But some of them went to tell the Pharisees what he had done. Then the chief priests and Pharisees called a meeting. Here is this man working all these signs, they said, and what action are we taking? If we let him go on in this way, everybody will believe in him, and the Romans will come and destroy the holy place and our nation. One of them, Caiaphas, the high priest, that year said, "You don't seem to have grasped the situation at all. You fail to see that it is better for one man to die for the people than for the whole nation to be destroyed." He did not speak in his own person. It was as high priest that he made this prophecy that Jesus was to die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but to gather together in unity the scattered children of God. From that day, they were determined to kill him. So Jesus no longer went about openly among the Jews, but left the district for a town called Ephraim in the country bordering on the desert, and stayed there with his disciples. The Jewish Passover drew near, and many of the country people who had gone up to Jerusalem to purify themselves looked out for Jesus, saying to one another as they stood about in the temple, "What do you think? Will he come to the festival or not?" The Gospel of the Lord. In the first reading, we heard from the book of Ezekiel. God himself says, through the mouth of prophet Ezekiel, to the people who were exiled in Babylon, "I will make you as one nation. I will gather my people. I will gather and together all the people, all my people, and make you as one nation." So what we see here, God is going to unite the people, not only for a particular tribe of people, but God has created the humanity in his image and likeness. So he is going to bring all the people and going to make us one nation. So in the first reading, God himself said, "I have made a new covenant with my people, that I will be their God and they will be my people." Also, God said, "I am going to give a new shepherd, a good shepherd, and he is going to lead my people." Directly, God is talking about the King David. In the future, the King David is going to come to rule Israel. But King David is becoming only the king of Israel, not the king of the world. And he is not also going to be the good shepherd all the time, because later on King David also committed the sin. So that is what King David is not going to bring all the people of the world, and he is not going to make the covenant with God all the time with faithfulness. So now coming to the New Testament, what has happened? So today's gospel is talking about Jesus himself said, I am going to gather and together all the people to God. So people are ready to kill Jesus, because why they want to kill Jesus, we find here some Pharisees, some Jews, they wanted to kill Jesus. Also the religious authorities are there. So we have here the high priest Caiaphas that time, and his statement is telling something very, very extraordinary thing. Although he doesn't know what to speak, but his statement is foretelling about the prophecy. So what is the prophecy here? And we also find there is a contradiction, also there is irony in his statement. Also there is a prophecy. Although he is not prophesying like a prophet, but from his mouth is coming out about a prophecy. So what is that prophecy? Caiaphas is telling to the crowd about Jesus, it is better to die one man than the whole nation to be perished. So people wanted to kill Jesus. Everybody knew, Caiaphas also knew. Then Caiaphas is telling, yes, it is good that Jesus must be put to death. Then the whole nations to be perished by Romans. So what does it mean? This means the prophecy is naturally his death is not for only for the Jews or the Pharisees or for some few opponents or for the few enemies. So his death is not because of few enemies. His death is meant for the whole nations to be saved, for the whole people to be saved. So this is what there is a prophecy. Even though he did not understand, so they want to eliminate Jesus. They want to kill Jesus. They want to reject Jesus. What is the reason they want to reject Jesus? The first reason is Jesus was a big threat to them. So it is because of Jesus, their position, power, their authority was questioned. And they were feeling that they were restless, peaceless because of Jesus. Because when Jesus came and he spoke the truth, he did the good things. So seeing the good works, good deeds of Jesus, the people were not able to digest, because others were enjoying their positions, power in the political field as well as in the religious field. So that is the main reason, nothing else. And simply they accused him. Finally they accused him about the breaking of the laws, breaking of the Torah, the scripture, and also they accused him of blasphemy, that you are saying that you are God, you are Son of God, you himself is God. But there are so many reasons, but main reason was Jesus was threat to the people, not to all the people, those who are having power, position, recognitions, those who wanted to have recognitions in their life, in the temple, in the society. So that is what they want to eliminate. But here Jesus makes the new covenant, as God is going to make the new covenant with Ezekiel for the people of Israel in Babylon. Now Jesus is going to make a new covenant, and his covenant is with God and with his people. So how he's going to make? He's going to die. And in the covenant, what happens? In the covenant, they have to sacrifice. It is called, covenant means berit. Berit means what? In Hebrew, berit means to cut. So when they sacrifice the animal, they have to cut. So what is the meaning of that cutting? That cutting here means, now we are making covenant. If I am not faithful to you And if you are not faithful to me, as the animal is being sacrificed, cut into two pieces, so if I am not faithful, I will be cut into two pieces. So that is the meaning of buried or cut. So cutting, it is divided, the portion is divided, the sacrifice is divided, the animal is divided. So in the same way, if you are not faithful, so we will be cut into pieces. Also, covenant means faithfulness. So the blood is sprinkled on the altar, the blood is sprinkled on the people. The blood is the symbol of life. So God himself said, I will be your God, you will be my people. So Jesus dying on the cross, he made the new covenant, and by his blood we have been saved. He saved us from sin and death, and he has restored us a new life. That is heaven. He opened the gates of heaven. So today, when we celebrate this Holy Eucharist, we commemorate the same act what Jesus did on the cross. So Jesus is sacrificing his life in everyday's Eucharistic celebration. So he is making a covenant. Eucharist means a covenant, thanksgiving. So Eucharist means a covenant where Jesus is always faithful to us. He also is expecting from us to be faithful to him. Let us believe in him. As the gospel is telling, there are also many people that believe in him. May the good Lord bless us and help us to understand the new meaning of covenant in our life, that Jesus is a good shepherd and who is guiding us and protecting us from all evil. Amen.